Okay, reverse lights on an E90. I got the 328 and this reverse light is not working. I have the car in reverse with the car off and we can see this one's working just fine. I did a little research. The 1156 bulb is the one that will replace this. I have not changed one of these before. Not sure how exactly we get it off. Looks like it's hanging on just underneath this, so we got to get some picks and pop this whole thing off, I think. Found this guy, so I'm gonna see if we can get it underneath here and pop these loose. Let's see how these work. There they are. So you got to get in between those and pull it out. Same thing over here. Get in between, wiggle. Try to watch out for your metal. Got another one. In theory, we should be able to just pull this down now. And looks like someone put some tape on here to help this stay in place. That's funny. Still seems kind of decent. Go ahead and disconnect that guy. You can pull the whole bulb assembly off, and it's going to be this top bulb. Pretty sure we should see a broken wire in there. And yeah, let's go replace it. Upon close inspection, I can see that that bulb looks like it's actually okay. But regardless, let's go ahead and replace it. I got a pack, a multi-pack. It was like 7-8 bulbs for $8. So pretty much $1 a bulb. I got a whole box of these Eagle auto light bulbs, and they seem to be working good. I put one on the motorcycle brake light, and now we're doing these reverse lights on the BMW, so it works out. So here's the new bulb, and this, I believe, should work. That is a bit of a kicker. So this one is technically intended for brake lights, and you can see it has the nodule higher on, I guess, lower on this side versus that. Here's the bulb we just took off, and you can see those are even, and it only has one main luminescent wire that goes across it. So this is just a light bulb, and that's what we need to get. Unfortunately, I don't have one of these bulbs in stock at the moment, so I'm gonna go ahead and see if this one works. I'm just gonna reinstall it and try again. And there we have it. We got it plugged back in, and it looks like it's working now that we reinstalled it. Like I said, we inspected it, so that's part of the battle a lot of the times, is just checking to see if it really needs to be cleaned up or if it actually does need to be replaced. And because this was being held up by tape, I went ahead and put a teeny little bit of super glue on just a couple points to help lock this thing in so it doesn't flop around. And then, you know, when we need to remove it, we'll be easily able to just run a knife through that little bit of super glue gel, and we should be able to remove these for service in the future. So that's what we used, some super glue gel. And as a precaution, we went ahead and threw some Gorilla Tape on the light to help kind of keep it in place too. That blue masking painter's tape was not going to cut it anymore, so this should do a better job, and that's keeping it frugal. At this point, we can go ahead and just toss these guys back in. Got to push this portion in first. There we go, just like that. Grab our, and just two of them is all we needed to remove. I'm missing one right here. So I'll probably find it someday hiding in the trunk. Yeah, these tools have proved to be essential in doing the repair.